So it's hot out. It's humid. It's humid on the street. It's so thick you can't even breathe. It's that kind of thick wet that leaves you exhausted, leaves you drained. Now, I'm in my 22nd year of teaching. And in my classroom, all I can hear is the crack, pop, boom sound, thank you, that lightning makes when it rocks the earth and sky. And that sounds angry and hard, but no different than the crack, pop, boom sound that guns make when they're fired from rooftop buildings with bullets that have no names on them until they find a living, breathing human being whose name may or may not make the news the next day. It all depends on the neighborhood you live in or the color of your skin. Marcus Thomas, 25, a man who laid sheetrock and built frames with a hammer and a nail. He was somebody's son. He had sons. But most of all, Marcus was a man who would give you whatever he had if he knew you were in need. This man, my old fourth grade student, went out into the street one night just to go to the corner store when he ran into a haze of bullets, a 1-2 punch, once in the head, once in the shoulder. Fell to the ground, and his life just spilled out on that sidewalk. This is hard. This is really hard to tell. A few days later, I'm standing in the lobby of the Lawrence T. Woodward Funeral Home, and somebody, I can hear them screaming. They're screaming, Jesus. Please help us, Jesus. But I have to admit to you, Jesus is not on my mind. It's that endless procession of bodies. There's young men from the neighborhood, and they're holding these crisp white T-shirts that say Marcus, friend for life. And over there in the corner, there are these elderly women, with their carefully buttoned coats, and they're holding their Bibles and reciting their prayers. And all of these people are just standing in line, waiting to say goodbye. And that's when I notice Marcus's oldest boy. He's only 5 years old. He's in kindergarten. And as each round of people are coming in, he's playing hide and seek with his friends. And they're running and they're playing and they're shouting. And they're having a great time when an elderly woman comes over to me and she just kind of taps me on the shoulder. And she says, they have no idea what's going on. Maybe she's right. I don't know. But I know I know that when I pay my respects to Marcus's family, after I do that, his little boy walks up to the casket holding his daddy's hand, his grandpa's hand. And he leans in and he puts his hands on his daddy's face and he rubs his cheeks like this. And then he lets out a little sigh like this. And it's that sigh which breaks my heart. Because in that moment, I have a vision in my head. I have a vision of 1 million teachers marching on Washington in boots, strappy-toed sandals, Nike sneakers, fleecy Uggs, Rockport loafers on the ground, saying no more to gun violence and assault weapons that murder our babies. Whether that means a teenager munching popcorn in a theater in Colorado, a little boy sitting courtside at a pickup game in Harlem, or a child tracing the letter A in Newtown, Connecticut. I think we're tired. We are so tired of stick, stone, gun, bone, hurt words, curse words, rough words. That's what a little boy told me in Sunday school last week. I'm standing in the lobby of the Lawrence T. Woodward Funeral Home, and I'm surrounded by this weeping, this screaming, this howling. But what dawns on me is that this weeping has no color. It belongs to every mother of children who woke up in the morning with visions of slides, swings, double dutch jumping, recess football, chicken nuggets, birthday candles. gone. This weeping is our wake-up call, teachers. It's our collective lament for children. It's our pay attention reminder that what we do matters in the classroom. What we do is more than addressing the Common Core and state standards. If we remember that our mission, the heart of our mission, also includes teaching our students what it means to live in a diverse world with its really fragile mix, right, of bodies, beliefs, and opinions, then we might be the architects of a generation that no longer turns to stick, stone, gun, or bone to get their point across or settle a score. Thank you.